Hello and welcome to Krista So Crafty. My name is Krista. So today I'm making a mug for a lady whose name is Jessica, and she works at a library, and she kind of has trouble. She'll take her cup and sit it down and kind of walk away. So we're going to make her a mug, and hopefully someone will return it. In Cricut Design Space, I just created the Jessica's cup and then, if found, da-da-da. I'm using permanent vinyl to cut this out, and I'm using just a teal and a pink, and we're going to be putting it on a Yeti mug, one of the larger ones, and so I think this is going to be really nice. I hope she's going to enjoy it. When working with any type of vinyl, you want to make sure that your surface is clean, dry, and free of any type of debris, dust, dirt, oils from your fingers, anything like that. By doing that, you'll ensure that the vinyl is going to stick a lot better. So just use 70% alcohol and clean up your mugs, and then we can just go ahead and start weeding these out and start putting them onto the cup. For this project, I'm just going to use some scrap vinyl. It's stuff that I have from leftover from other projects, or, little pieces left from the end of the roll. If you were wanting to recreate something like this for somebody in your life and you don't have a Cricut, go ahead to the Michael's or Joanne or any type of a store that has craft supplies and stickers, and you can buy packages of stickers and write out your sentiment that way. I'm just using my Cricut because it's what I have. Creating this was fairly easy in Design Space. I just used a text box and changed the font size and whatnot, and just created it so that it was something that would be appealing to myself and to the Jessica who's receiving it. As far as the J, I cut it out way too big, so I ended up having to recut it out again and make it a bit smaller, just because it was way down below the middle line there. I decided to cut apart the Jessica's cup part so that they were on separate little lines so that I could just kind of rearrange them. I think that that's going to lay out a little better and look nicer. When applying vinyl, you want to make sure that you press it down firmly onto the surface, and you can either use your thumb, a finger, or your tool, but be very careful when you're using your scraping tool that you're not pushing too hard, and then you're just going to pull the transfer tape back in on itself, which will leave the vinyl on the mug. As for the back of the mug, I'm just going to put them on in little sections. It'll just work out so much better that way. So put your transfer tape on, remembering to scrape both the front and the back, and then pull your backing off and start applying your vinyl onto your surface, whatever that may be. I started at the top of the mug just to try to keep things nice and level and straight, and again using the scraping tool, pulling off the transfer tape. And you want to be careful with this because it is a curved surface and you're laying this stuff down, and the vinyl is a bit smaller, so I just went nice and slow, used my picking tool when needed, and then I moved on to the next. At this point of the mug, I realized that the last line had kind of gone up a little bit, that E was just not quite right. So I just moved it down using my picking tool, and then I placed on the exclamation mark, which had not come off, and I placed the parentheses separately just because I didn't want them to get lost in the whole process. So I think the cup turned out really nice. I do like how it turned out, and I like to leave these little pieces in so that you can see not everything goes right the first time. There are times absolutely when things don't go as planned, and you have to kind of work around, do workarounds. You have to, adjust the letter S or move the H over or whatever it is. Don't feel bad about that. It happens to everybody. Just continue working on in your project and you'll get it done, and it's going to turn out just beautifully. And here's the finished product, all done. I'm really pleased with how this turned out. I think that the colors complement the mug. I didn't want to use black because I thought that would be too stark, but I think everything turned out really good. Thank you again for joining me today on Krista So Crafty. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel and click on the bell to receive notification every time I upload a new video. Thank you again for joining me, and happy crafting.